Bandoko Precious, a student of the University of Lagos, Faculty of Management Science, Department of Employment Relations and Human Resource Management. I'm here with my teammates and we'll be discussing on systems development and procurement. At the heart of every organization, it's its information system, and that's what my teammates and I will be discussing today. System development and procurement has five main objectives and it is split between RM colleagues. But first, I'll be talking about the first, which is system development life cycle. Sorry. System development life cycle is the process that involves the planning or that begins with planning and goes through several phases till you get to the implementation period and then after the maintenance period. Now, there are seven steps under system development life cycle, and that includes planning, analysis, design, development, testing, implementation, and maintenance. Now, planning, first of all. The goal of planning is to define the business need for the project. Why does the business need this particular project you are about to embark on? Is this project important to the business? How important is it to this company? Then it also helps you to know where to allocate your funds to. Planning also tells you, oh, if this project you're about to embark on, does it have too much risk? It practically assesses the risks for you. It checks your comparative advantage. Analyzing. Once the project has been approved, analyzing gives you a clear understanding of what the business will need and the features that are very important so you can prioritize them at that particular point. When you're analyzing, always make sure you document this project. It is very important to document for this period. After analyzing, you move to your design. Design is the third step. The design gives you the overall component of what the system means. It is technically the blueprint of the system. The way you have the blueprint when you want to build your house, it's the same way you have the blueprint for design when you want to create a new system. Once you're done with your design, you develop. That's the fourth step, development. Development is simply turning your design into an operational and functional information system. Now, it depends on the scope of the system you are developing. It might take days for your software developers to make it. It might take weeks. It might take months. It depends on what you are developing. During your development or after, you test. Now, testing is done twice, or yes, it involves two processes during development and after. If you're testing during development, you test after each individual modules have been made. But if you're testing after, you have to test the overall component of how the system is functioning. Now, when you're testing, document it because most times in testing, you might see corrections and you might see mistakes where you need to go back and correct. Now, if you document it, you could always fall back and make use of those documents to correct whatever error has been made in the process of making the system. Oh, yes, setting up the system. After testing, you implement. Organizations have different or like many three ways by which they implement or introduce systems. The first one is the parallel implementation. Parallel implementation is when you introduce a new system and you use the old system at the same time. You're running at the same time. Now, the problem with this parallel implementation is it takes time because you have to impute in the old system and still impute in the new system, then compare. After parallel, you have the phased implementation system. Phased is bringing in the new system gradually to replace the old system. So you don't just remove the old system at once. It comes gradually. The advantage of this phase system is if there is a mistake in the new system you are introducing, it will be detected. And okay, you can use to say, okay, this old system, okay, if you do it like this, it might be better. So it helps you to make better corrections and helps you develop more when it comes to creating a system. After implementation, brings it down to the final stage, which is maintenance. Now, maintenance is very important because you cannot have a system and it will just keep running. You have to remove bugs. You have to keep updating it. You will definitely see things that you feel, oh, we could actually improve on this thing. We could actually correct this particular thing. Oh, we can make this thing like that. And that's why you keep maintaining it. The same way you maintain your houses when you build, the same way you maintain a system. You remove bugs, you create better versions of it. And for example, let me use like the Unilag system, or let me use a social media which we all or most people use. That's WhatsApp. You always see that WhatsApp keeps updating. Recently, they even updated their app. Now, most people who create apps or create websites try to update regularly, try to remove bugs, try to introduce new things, systems, new versions of it.
My name is Okoye Pindale Nwakego. I'm speaking on software development strategies. Software development is a teamwork carried out by various skilled people in a software development firm. Software development has three models. We have the waterfall, iterate, and the agile. This is a development designed to solve problems in an industry setting. And waterfall can also be called linear sequential model. This is a model in which if a phase is completed, it can't be repeated. The waterfall activities involves requirement analysis and definition, system and software design, implementation and unit testing, integration and system testing, operation and management. The advantage of this model is that it's simple to maintain and it's simple to manage. It enrolls a disciplined software development approach. Then the disadvantage is that waterfall models can't be used for a large project. It cannot accommodate iteration. It does not accommodate change at the later stage. Then the ways we can improve this model: one, you require the customer's projects. You design, and in the process you talk to your customer to make sure to know if he is satisfied with the project before you can develop. On the other hand, we have literation. Literation, is this model is time it suppresses the time horizon for the software development. Another one is the agile method. The agile method is an unstructured approach which tasks are not sequential like the waterfall. In this model, they are, according to software development lifecycle, their activities are carried out simultaneously. It is based on teamwork. For example, for a bank owner, if a bank owner does not involve in software, he loses customers. So if he eventually wants to go into internet banking facilities, he will have to organize a teamwork for this, thereby thereby calling calling the software development firm. For him, in organizing this team, he will have his bank manager to meet with the officials of the software development firm. You have to analyze your requirements to them to know what they will provide for your company. On the other hand, having your architect is the one to do the technical feasibility of the project. You have your bank analyst, you have your quality lead. So on this now, before the development of the software company already knows what the bank owner wants. So When the development of the software is done, quality lead will test run, we check to see that everything is in order. The sole aim of making this is to improve improve decision making for the customers.
Hello, my name is Padikolo Atenola. After my colleague Ego has spoken on software development strategies, I will be talking on strategy selection for software development. All software development strategies have their own limitation and significance, and there's actually no right or wrong method for strategy selection for software development. Now, the strategy selection for the organization depends on the organizational requirements, the time and money spent, the nature of the software that is about to be developed, and so on. Like my colleague have highlighted, we have three types of software development strategies, which are the agile, the waterfall, and the iterative methods. Now, for a company to make selection of software development strategy, they must first know the strength of the team within. That is the team of people that will be working on development of the stock software, and then choose the best method that will bring out the best results for the time and money spent. Now, for several reasons, the waterfall has been used for so many reasons, which are managers are familiar, developers are adapting, outsourcing fixed bid contracts. The factors that companies should consider when choosing the method or strategy to use for software development include the type of project and the organizational structure. Now, the choice of development or for the software depends solely on the type of project. For example, in the iterative method can be used when the requirements for the project are released in discrete phases. Now, we all know waterfall happens stage by stage. It's a phase by phase kind of method. So, waterfall method can only be used when the requirements for the software development are precise, are clear, are stable, and no changes will be made along the line. But when the business or the software that is about to be developed are lengthy, it is better to use agile procedure because it allows for flexibility, and waterfall would fail in this kind of project. Now, the second factor is the organizational structure for the software developers. For example, in the iterative and the waterfall method, the iterative and the waterfall method supports a me kind of mentality. So it depends on the individuality of the software developers. While for agile, since it's a large business, it requires teamwork. So they know the success of the project depends solely on each other. So they are like have to work together to make sure that the project comes out successfully. Now, while most managers prefers going for waterfall is because that's what they are used to, that's what they've been using right from time. But when the business, and like I said before, when the business is lengthy and the software that is about to be developed is a large project, waterfall and iterative will not work in this method. Agile will be the best method to use for lengthy business and software development. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Achinedu Obiagba. I'll be delving into the frameworks that the organization needs to consider in their big decision making on the best software development strategy they need to select for their company's growth. And one of it is the build, and the other is the buy. So yeah, we have the build and the buy strategy. When we talk about the build strategy, we're talking about the process where the company assemble a team of experts to basically build the software needed for the company's growth from the scratch. This is when they gather people like the UI UX design, which comprises of the graphic designers and also the product manager. Also, they look for people like the front end and the back end developers. So you understand how the project will go. So these are some of the things that you consider when selecting the build strategy. You have the 100% control over that software, so it will fit in perfectly to the company's need, to how the company wants it. When a company selects the build strategy, the good thing is that you basically have 100% control over the software. You don't need an outsider to change its interface or change the code, the program on it. You just basically have total control over it. But the con is that it basically makes you spend a lot of money like building it, because you pay a lot of things to basically assemble what you want. So you are going to spend a lot of money to achieve that particular stuff, that particular system, that particular fit. So I'll move into the buy strategy. So the buy strategy is when the group of IT staff and business users in the organization explore the prepackaged software by sending out a request for information. That's the RFI, and they send it to a large number of potential vendors, who in turn, when they go through your information, they also send their request for proposal, where when they discover that they fit what you actually requested for. And that's what buying is all about. The good news, if you want to enter the buying, is that it's less costly, so you don't have to spend much money on it. But the only thing is that you don't have 100% control over that software. You have a certain percent control over it, but you need to like reach out to those people that developed it for you. So these are the things you consider when picking your option, your framework for building your software, software for your company. So it's either you go for the build or you go for the buy, whichever one. So what are the evaluation options that we have as organization looking for potential vendors to basically provide the type of software development that we need in system development life cycle? So we have two, which are the best of breed and the unified procurement. What do you understand by the best of breed? The best of breed is just when a company gives equal opportunity to different vendors to like prove their worth towards their company. And when the best is seen, they basically select the best one. So it doesn't matter if you're a startup or already existing business. They basically give you the opportunity to prove your worth in developing your program, and they use it as their own. They pay you after they are impressed about what they see. And it also requires that it fits in the organizational goals. So when I talk about the unified procurement, it's just a company working with a single vendor, which means that that vendor is paid and is told to do the particular system, to develop a particular system that fits their company. They don't use any other vendor, just that single vendor, and they basically work with them till the contract is up.
I am Alade Latifat Adiola. To buttress the point of my fellow teammate Elizabeth on IT and staff. Who are the IT and staff? They are the human element. What is human element? Human element in technology is a scientific approach to designing human-centered processes and new technologies. It is a generic term to describe what makes human behave the way they do and the consequences that result. Even when computers are doing the most heavy lifting virtually, we still need people to interact with those systems. Human element is a holistic and comprehensive methodology for improving the way people work together, leading to better individual, team, and organizational performance and the rate of goal and achievement. The goal of human element is to reduce unproductive behaviors and achieve better business results by dealing with the root causes that by dealing with the root causes rather than superficial behaviors. The human element helps individuals, teams, and organizations eliminate the behavior that sabotage, undermine relationships, and lower motivation. It is important because it helps to make work more efficient, effective, and safe. What are the purposes of human elements? It creates culture of openness, trust, accountability, and engagement. It addresses and resolves interpersonal and intrapersonal issues in organization. It reduces rigidity and defensiveness. It helps organization accomplish organizational goals and achieve higher results with greater ease. For example, in an organization where there are issues between two employees, computers can't resolve human being issues. We need human themselves to resolve the issues. Technology has never been more advanced than it is today, but never underestimate the most important element of business success, which is the human itself. Technology is nothing without human expertise, and innovations are impossible without employee buy-in, creativity, and hard work. There are different types of team members in the organization to resolve issues. We have the cross-functional team and the senior management team. Who are the cross-functional team? They are also known as the multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary team, which is a group of people with different functional expertise working towards a common goal. It may include people from finance, marketing, operation, and HR department. They may also include people from other organizations or outside the organizations, like the customers, the consultants, and suppliers. There are types of cross-functional team, which is the virtual team, operational team, project team, self-managed team, problem-solving team, leadership team, and informal team. A project team represents a group of individuals with shared goals and strategies. Work in project team is structured very specifically with set deadlines, roles, and responsibilities. It can be subdivided into four, which is the functional, the cross-functional, the matrix, and the contract. The virtual team, they do not interact in real life and rely on different tools to collaborate on their work. These teams also consist of people from different geographical locations. As a result of remote work, teams are formed. Problem-solving teams, they are assembled temporarily. They are usually brought together in case of crisis in the organization. Then the informal team, they are not formed by the managers they don't have any superior. They are just created by the employees themselves. Then the leadership team, they consist of leaders from different departments who work together to devise new strategies for better working. The members of the leadership team are skilled and experienced individuals. Each individual brings his expertise to the table, and altogether they carve out a plan for the betterment of the company. They build a collaborative culture, they learn from one another, they foster employee engagement, they build leadership skills, they keep work interesting, and they are more productive. The senior management team, they are the executive management, upper management. Generally, they are individuals at the highest level of management of an organization who have the day-to-day tasks of managing the organization, company, or corporation. What are their functions? They establish and carry out departmental or organizational goals, policies, and procedures. They direct and oversee an organization's financial and budgetary activities. They manage general activities related to making products and providing services. What are their roles? They set ambitious yet achievable goals. They're managing teams to work together. They coordinate activities in functional departments like the finance and the HR department. They organize the management of resources within the firm. They manage the demands of stakeholders through the board of directors.